So do you think our education system needs to change to address some of these issues?
Yeah,
And how so?
I think if I think about the education system in two parts of the world, let's take the US on one side and India and China on the other side, I think they both are two extremes. I suspect the US places a lot of importance on broad liberal arts type education, critical thinking, problem solving, connecting the dots, without necessarily spending time on depth in math or science, and not giving it as much importance as probably it should in a world where that is important. On the flip side, if you go to an Indian school or a Chinese school, I mean, everything is about just math or science with no critical thinking, no problem solving, and no communication and all those skills that liberal arts education teaches. People we hire from good schools across the globe these days tend to gravitate to similar common mean and common middle. So if you have kids coming out from great engineering colleges in India or in China, you find many more of them spending time on the communication side of the house and the critical thinking side of the house than you used to when I graduated. But I suspect it's still not enough. And the same applies here in terms of if you really go to the liberal arts colleges, do you find people who are as deeply analytical and who have that much strength and foundation in math that you would like them to?
So what would you suggest that prospective talent do to address some of these gaps when they want to enter the workforce so that they're prepared for the workforce?
I think as you go through your college years and then subsequent early work years, being able to spend the time, energy to learn, obviously being in an environment where you can learn and picking and choosing the kind of things you want to learn, and making sure that you have foundational strength in a number of them is important. I'm part of a university that is being set up outside of Delhi. It's called the Ashoka University. So a bunch of professionals have come together to set it up, etc. And it started off saying that we don't have liberal arts colleges in India, so let's set one up. One of the interesting things about that liberal arts program is that it requires 15 foundational courses. One of them is computer science, one of them is math, and one of them is science. If you walk into Georgetown or Yale or Harvard or one of Amherst, any of these liberal arts colleges, you don't have those mandatory foundational math, computer science courses. And you should.